This is Palo Santo, and I am Raquel. And you'll hear my dog in the background clattering about and shaking about. He's wrestling with a blanket that he has, and then I gave him a bone, and he's seems pretty content. Last night was my second shift since the COVID outbreak has reached my hospital and my staff, and as far as like briefings and preparedness and having to wear a mask the whole entire shift. So last night was a little bit smoother. Today I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't know how you guys are doing out there. Shit is surreal. It really is. Everybody, we're in this sort of like collective trauma. No, this trauma that we're all feeling in our bodies, and you feel it in your bodies. Your stress is in your bodies. So there's this like shift. If you look at this in the universal picture and the spiritual realm picture, and the way that a lot of spiritual leaders are looking at it as this like shift into 5D, you can sort of understand a lot of what's happening. From a human perspective, we are seeing death tolls, and we're seeing something we don't understand, and we're seeing something that we're trying to understand, and we're seeing something that we're trying to figure out, and that our brain is trying to calculate and reach an answer. And we are also in this like perpetual state of anxiety, of like this high level of anxiety. So here in Connecticut, we have been told that we should start to wear masks as of next week, everywhere that we go. You wear a mask, I wear a mask, everybody wears a mask. My mask protects you from me, your mask protects me from you. And today was much better. Last night was much better at work, even though we are starting to see increasing cases across the board. I spent this weekend by myself without my children, a second week of working. This weekend I spent my weekend without my children, and I spent a lot of that time sort of just sitting and breathing and meditating and connecting to the peacefulness that I can find within myself. Now, if you guys are feeling it, you're feeling sort of this knot in your throat and this heaviness in your chest and this turmoil and confusion, and it's going to run across the board. I don't know how the frontline workers are keeping it together. I have so much respect for the women and the men that I work around that have to go into these rooms, that have to treat these patients, that have to intubate them. I don't know how they're dealing with the stress, because our everyday stress is heavy enough. So there are several perspectives to what's going on. One of the perspectives is from somebody who doesn't have to really be around being briefed about what the virus is about, and that perspective is the kind of perspective that I like to live in when I'm home with my children. So when you are in your everyday, day-to-day, focusing on what's in front of you, you're not stressing out about anything else. Nothing else is causing you any kind of turmoil or any kind of pain or any kind of like headache or any kind of anything. You're not feeling the heaviness. You're just kind of rolling through your day. You're accepting the day as is. You're accepting your wins as wins. Like, I can sit here this morning before my children come and we have to start doing schoolwork after being up for 12 hours and enjoy my tea and think about my day and try to process it in silence, while talking out loud. And there are other perspectives, like perspective of being at home on Monday all day and Tuesday all day and Sunday and Saturday all day, being able to just be around my children or be by myself and not having to think about anything else. And then you have to pack up your car and go to work when you were an essential worker, or because you have to go to the grocery store, or because you have to go somewhere, and you get this sort of like nerve-wracking anxiety, and your body starts to sort of react to it. And a lot of you are feeling very heavy, maybe slightly bloated, You feel like you've been eating less because you don't eat a lot when you're stressed out, but your body feels heavier, or you feel like you're gaining weight. When you're in a high level of stress, trying to process everything that's happening, and you're really trying to find the answers, and you're constantly being stimulated, your body is on high alert. When your body's on high alert, it feels like it is going to not get a next meal, or it's going to be stuck in a snowstorm, or it's going to be eaten by a bear, or it needs to hibernate for an extended period of time. And during that time, if that happens, your body starts to store fat. The reason why it stores fat is because it doesn't know what's going to happen next, and it needs to keep your organs and your body system sort of moving and working, because it's in survival mode. The way to disconnect from survival mode is not easy, especially if you're an essential worker and you're going 24/7 and you're actually on the front lines. It's also not easy if you are prone to anxiety, or it's actually not even easy if you're just a very calm person because things are really changing. My father is somebody who takes everything with a grain of salt. He always has. He's always taken it easy. And I've never seen him this riled up, this fired up, this anxious, because his body, his brain is trying to do the same thing as your body and my brain are trying to do. We're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, but nobody knows what's going on because we're getting all this mixed information from all these different places. This is the time where you need to find your own center and connect to your own self. My children and I have been meditating. We've been walking outside as much as we can. We might even go for a walk today, even though that it's cloudy and rainy. Changing your perspective, changing where you are in your house, changing where you are in your apartment, changing where you are in your condo, even if it's changing your position from one side of the couch to the other side of the couch. Instead of using this blanket, you use this other blanket that's not your favorite. Moving around. If every morning you get up and get a cup of coffee and go from your bed to your couch, change your routine. Changing your routine changes your brain waves to have them be more present as to what's going on. If you feel like you're in your head a lot and your chest is really heavy or your shoulders are really tense, for example, my left shoulder, I tense up. I bring up and I bring it forward and I tense up. So I'm having a lot of issues with my shoulder because I tense it up. I've tensed it up for the past 2 weeks. I've been noticing it more lately because sometimes we get inside our own heads, and if we get inside our heads and our brain can't find the answers to the problems that we're looking for, we basically go on our phones or we go on our computers or we ask Siri questions or Alexa, and we try to find all these answers that don't actually exist. They don't exist. Don't try to find them, because the CDC will tell you one thing, and then the government will tell you another thing, and other politicians will tell you another thing, and then the WHO test. It's just so much information all the time. And if you're watching shows, I just watched, I'm so sad to even say this. Oh my God. What's his name? Whatever that thing on, the tiger on the Netflix, the king. I don't even know. Terrible show. Made me so sad. I cannot believe that some people are so completely corrupt, but I digress. Moving into the present moment is what brings us the most peace, and we don't know how to move into the present moment if we are constantly letting our brain drag us and take us 1,000 different places. I had a conversation with a friend of mine this week, and we were talking about connecting and disconnecting. Well, if you're in a tiny apartment with like 7 different people and there's only 4 rooms, and it's an exaggeration, but I know that a lot of people are in these situations, you need to find time to be away from people. I love my children and I love when they're home, and it's one of my favorite things to have them around. It really, really is. But everybody, no matter how much you love the company that you hold, it gets extremely overwhelming when you don't get to just be by yourself. And the reason why is because we are people, we are souls that need to disconnect and connect to ourselves. We need to find our balance and our grounding, but disconnecting from social media, from reading, from research, from being with our family members, from being with our loved ones, we need to ground. Sometimes even disconnecting from our animals. A lot of you are home with your animals 24/7, and that constant attention can be overwhelming over a long period of time. Everything in moderation. Too much of something will irritate some part of you somewhere along the way. And if you're in this perpetual go, 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 being stimulated, being around other people, not having any time, not being able to take a break, not anything at all, and your brain is continuously going, you will have higher levels of stress and higher levels of cortisol that are being released, and your adrenaline will go up and down like a wave, and you'll retain water and you'll retain fat and you'll just feel disgusting. So drink a lot of water, especially water with lemon. Do a lot of anti-inflammatory methods, such as like drinking chai tea with turmeric in it. Another thing too, to sort of like ease you and calm your nervous system, is chamomile, burning incense, or smelling lavender, putting lavender behind your earlobes. Also peppermint. Our brain responds to smells, and a lot of smells trigger very different messages in our bodies. If an emotion triggers a message inside your body, if you feel your anxiety in your shoulders and your belly and your intestines and your lower back and your head, tension headaches or indigestion, those are all caused, and you've never had problems before, those are all caused by anxiety and by being anxious and constantly going and being stimulated. You honestly only need about 5 minutes or so a day. And then you can build on those 5 minutes a day accordingly to how you feel. I personally have become very addicted into connecting to my internal compass, into my internal source, into my gut, into my spirit. And the best way for me to do that is to completely disconnect from my surroundings. And sometimes it gets very difficult. But the people that you live with have to be understanding of your your distancing requirements and your reconnecting to self and being able to take some time by yourself. So I've just been really just breathing and trying to not be high stress. The job that I work at is pretty even keeled sometimes, but high stress other times. Right now, everywhere that you go, the stress level is palpable. You can cut it with a knife. This week has been much easier than last week, but it's not going to be any easier for the following couple of weeks because they predict things are just going to get worse. So you have to research and search within to be able to find the calm and tranquility that you need to step forward into your life in the knowing that you are safe and you are protected and the universe has got your back. You have to be smart about what you do. Wear masks. Do not wear gloves when you're out and about. Make sure that you have something to wash your hands. You can use Dawn, 1 part Dawn, 2 parts water, I think, and then it's like 1 part, if you have bleach, I think it's 1 part bleach, 3 parts water. There's a couple of places that have a couple of different ways to have ingredients. Spray bottles, you can even soak them inside your a paper towel. There are different ways of getting through this without panicking that there are no Clorox paper towels anywhere, Clorox wet towels. Also, when you're feeling your body react to something around you or a person in front of you or anything that is triggering you, if you are practicing stepping away from the chaos by choosing to step away from the chaos and stepping into yourself, after many, many times of practice, I don't know if you guys remember playing an instrument or playing a sport or learning a new skill, it takes a lot of study and a lot of time and a lot of practice until your brain and your body and your coordination. Driving is a giant example. It took us a really long time to be able to coordinate our brain, our hands, our feet, and our 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th senses to be able to, yes, it's 6, to be able to connect to our surroundings. It's the same thing when it comes to training your body, to being present and being connected and finding the peace it needs. And talking about it helps a lot. Being like, I'm having a really stressful moment right now, I just need a minute. Or, I don't know what's stressing me out so much, what's making me so tired. That's another thing. I'm starting to feel it in my body. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Last night was rough. Last night was a really hard night for me because we as parents are spending a lot of time at home with our children during work. And on top of us spending a lot of time with our children during work, we're just spending a lot of time with our children. No matter what ages they are, they still need us at some point for something, and we're stimulated all the time for so many different things that are happening, our daily lives, and our change in pace. Your brain also is very reactive. When it sees that there's a change, it goes into alert mode, and you sometimes don't even give it time to adapt to it. Hola. So basically, if you don't find moments of peace to disconnect with the outside world, you will never be able to find a moment when you're in complete stress to come down from this like adrenaline high, because your body becomes addicted to it. No sé si todavía estás ahí, pero estoy solamente hablando de cómo bajar el nivel de estrés que sentimos en nuestros cuerpos. Nosotros, los sentimientos que sentimos, las emociones que sentimos y las reacciones que sentimos son reacciones de nuestros cuerpos. Entonces yo estoy diciendo que mi nivel de ansiedad cuando voy al trabajo ahora es más alto de lo que era antes, porque como trabajo en un hospital estamos preparados, pero también no sabemos lo que va a entrar por la puerta y no sabemos si tendremos bastantes habitaciones o bastantes máscaras para poder protegernos a nosotros y a los que vienen por las puertas. Yo tengo el hombro, me duele muchísimo porque me tenso, ¿no? Me tenso muchísimo. Entonces hay muchísimos test que puedes tomarte, y otra cosa que puedes hacer para poder tranquilizar el cuerpo y la cabeza y centrarte en momentos de estrés es practicar al principio 5 minutos al día, solamente concentrando en cómo respirar. Y si estás en un apartamento que está llenísimo de gente, tienes que decirles a gente que quieres separarte de ellos por 5 minutos. Y ellos tienen que respetar que necesitas tiempo solo. Es muy importante. Me encanta tener a mis hijos en casa, pero si yo no me desconecto de mis hijos por lo menos 15-20 minutos al día, de tenerlos aquí 24 horas, o de trabajar 12 horas y luego tenerlos aquí otras 24 horas, o estoy trabajando o tengo a los nenes, es demasiado, es mucho trabajo. Entonces tenemos que buscar momentos donde nos desconectamos de la gente con la que estamos viviendo. If you don't disconnect and you're constantly plugged in, it's like as if you leave your stove on low heat 24/7. It will eventually get to a point where it's so overheated and hot that the surface, you won't be able to touch it anymore. It's just too much. Es demasiado. Estar siempre enchufada de alguna manera, enchufada a hablar con alguien, enchufada a estar delante de la televisión, enchufada en buscar soluciones para problemas que no sabes ni que existen. Es pérdida de tiempo y nos quedamos como que en un tobogán sin parar. Oh, we're always going. And if we're always going, our mind is always going, and our stress levels are always really high. So I've been disconnecting as much as I can. 5 minutes a day es la práctica. Como practicas a poder tocar un instrumento nuevo, o como practicas a poder conducir. Es un ejemplo perfecto. Cuando conducimos necesitamos los 6 sentidos, no solamente los 5, los 6. Necesitamos poder oír, ver, sentir en nuestros cuerpos, mover nuestro cuerpo y poder tener la intuitiva razón de poder mirar y poder reaccionar en tiempo, porque tenemos que estar nosotros bien y tenemos que cuidar a la gente que está pasando por delante de nuestro coche o que está conduciendo al lado nuestro. One of the best things that there is about connecting to self is that you get to disconnect from everybody else. Una cosa más importante para conectarte con ti mismo es que puedes desconectarte del mundo completamente. Because this is your time, not theirs, not anybody else's. This is tu turno, tu vida, tu momento. Vamos a hacer un ejercicio de respiración. And I'm just going to walk you through some of the difficulties that you're going to encounter and what you're going to need to just sort of focus on. You can have music on in the background if you want. For me, it helps to have candles on. You could you could just breathe. We're gonna sit, lay down, or stand, any which way that you want to meditate and just connect yourself and disconnect with everything that's going on. Cualquier momento que puedas en tu tiempo. Sentados, acostados, poneros de pie, cualquier manera que estés más cómodos. Understand there's always going to be interruptions. My interruptions are probably going to be my dog or my children coming home from their dad's house. And these are interruptions that sometimes shakes us, but we have to come back to center. Tenemos que volver al centro. Al centro está aquí el corazón. Your heart is your center for peace and love, tranquility and acceptance. And it is your center for everything that is good and pure and peaceful in your lives. So vamos a sentarnos. Take a couple deep breaths. Let's do 5 deep breaths in and let it out. In. Out. Fill your lungs and let it out. Breathe in really, 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 really in deep. Llena el pecho. Sácalo. One more. Now we're going to sit quietly and just breathe nice and easy. Ahora siéntate calladitos, respira fondo, tranquilamente. Now feel like there's a string pulling at the top of your head and straining out your spine. Ahora siente como si tuvieras una cuerda encima de la cabeza que te estira la espina a que se correcta, recta, todo lo posible recta sobre donde estás sentado o acostado. Continúa respirando por cada pensamiento que te entre por la cabeza. Vamos a mirarlo, vamos a decir ahora no, luego vamos a tirarlo para afuera. Tú respira. Keep breathing. Your responsibility here is just to breathe and to take it easy and to let every thought that comes in leave the way that it came in. And then you're going to start feeling this softness over your chest and this softness over your face. It's a softness. It's a balancing softness. It's your body accepting this peaceful breath because your breath is your center. Just keep breathing nice and easy, nice and slow. Acknowledge every breath that comes in. Presta atención a cada respiro, en cada inspiración y expiración. Siente por el cuerpo, siente como que un aire más calmado, un sentir más calmado en la cabeza, en la garganta, en el pecho. Continúa respirando. Your shoulders are tense. Pay attention to them as you breathe and start breathing some peace into the tension. Si tienes los hombros tensos, respira aire puro y de paz y tranquilidad a esos hombros para que se relajen un poco. Fill you nice and easy. For every thought that comes in, let it go. For every disturbance that there is, just acknowledge it and just keep concentrating on your breath. Continúa respirando tranquilamente. Por cada distracción que oigas, déjala que pase tú tranquila. Tranquila, no tienes que ir a ningún sitio. Just keep breathing easy peace into your body. Nice, clean, and clear breaths in and out. Let them fill you. Let them bring you peace. Let them be calming to your shoulders, to your body, to your stomach. Tranquilamente respirad. Que te entre la calma por todo el cuerpo, por la cabeza. Una calma. Let it enter through your top of your head, to your shoulders, down to your heart, to your belly, to the bottom of your spine, and feel like you're floating with every breath up. Down, nice and easy. Just keep breathing. Continúa respirando tranquilamente, que te entre el aire por todo el cuerpo, como si estuvieras flotando. Put your hand over your heart and your belly. Pon la mano sobre el corazón en la barriga. Just keep breathing and feel that heat and energy coming off your hands to calm and relax you even more. And with every breath, let the energy flow through your body and bring easiness to your breath. You have nowhere to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Estás exactamente donde tienes que estar. Siente la paz que se está llenando el cuerpo. Feel that warmth that's entering your body. For every thought that comes in, just let it out. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're doing a great job. And you keep your hands on your heart and your belly. You can set them on the side again next to you or over your shoulders. Pay attention to loosening up your shoulders a bit. Let's move them around. Respira y mueve los hombros. Poco a poco. Move el cuello. Move your neck around. Make sure they're really tense too. Respira y saca el pecho. Inspira and pull your body back. Inhale. Exhale. There's tension in your body. You can move it out by moving. Yoga helps a lot. If you're sitting and meditating, you can move the tensions out of your body. Now take a couple more deep breaths with me in silence and clear your minds as much as you can. Bring your hands together at your heart. Take a deep breath and let it out. Respira fondo y saca la... Respira. Respira. Now with your hands, push the energy all over your body. Cleanse it out. That was about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I talked more than we meditated, but yes, that was about 5 minutes. So Palo Santo is great at the end of every meditation and the end of every Reiki practice. A client that I have, Palo Santo is very cleansing and very grounding. If you don't have this, you can burn sage. Sage is great. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some oracle cards and I'm gonna pull one today because I feel like I need to. So last night was a giant, big pink moon. Anoche fue la luna, super luna, rosa. So voy a coger my oracle cards. No, I don't even know where they are. Oh, they're right here. So, meanwhile, what you're trying to do is ground and to breathe. Si podéis hacer eso 5 minutos, podéis mirar este video hoy hasta mañana. Voy a intentar guardarlo si puedo y ponerlo on internet. I'm going to try to save this one. I've saved all the other chats and meditations that we've done in the past couple of weeks to my YouTube channel. If you guys are not subscribed, you should go subscribe. There's some pretty cool stuff on there that I've uploaded. Este video voy a intentar ponerlo también. I'm gonna try to put this video up too, but if not, you guys can watch from the beginning. Just chatted about your body, your emotions, your feelings, how aromatherapy and tea help. It triggers different messages in your brain. Your brain is the center of operations, and it tries to control your every move, especially when it's on stress mode. We're going through a very communal and united trauma. en esos momentos donde estamos todos bien estresados y tenemos una trauma enorme, es una trauma universal, todos estamos sintiendo exactamente lo mismo. Entonces, si podemos desconectar el cerebro de intentar de protegernos tantísimo con una energía tan alta, porque no, lo que quiere es, nuestro cerebro quiere salvar nuestro cuerpo. Our brain wants to save our body. Y para salvar nuestro cuerpo tiene que tener la adrenalina a tope. Y tiene que mantener un nivel de grasa en nuestro cuerpo por si acaso pasa algo terrible. You know? So, our brain tries to reserve... Look at this. So this is going to be our card. I don't know if you guys saw it. It like dropped. I'm just going to let it continue to drop. Okay. Cuando yo mezclo estas tarjetas, dejo que se mezclan y cuando hace una que cae, es con que cojo. So this one's the one that fell out. It's called No Place Like Home. No Place Like Home. I'm not 100% comfortable with these cards yet, so I'm just gonna look them up. No Place Like Home. No hay sitio como su casa propia. No Place Like Home. Let me see if I can find it. Mama. No Place Like Home, 187. Ok, página 187. Vamos a ver lo que nos dicen. Es casi la última. It's almost the last card on here. I don't think I've pulled this one yet. So, No Place Like Home. Yeah. So, the essential meaning of this card is authenticity. Coming home to yourself, feeling at home, arriving at place home. So, básicamente esta tarjeta significa no hay ningún sitio como en casa. Pero eso quiere decir que no hay ningún sitio como en tu casa propia, en tu propio cuerpo. The biggest challenge during this whole entire chaotic bullshit that's happening and this whole scary test on our mortality and a test of governments and test of how protected we are is that we have our bodies and ourselves to protect and to love before we can protect and really love anybody else. So, en esos tiempos que son tan inmensamente complicados y corruptos, ¿no? Que estamos todos mirando a que nos den respuestas, pero los gobiernos nos están engañando la mitad de la vez y los hospitales no saben lo que están haciendo. Es un tiempo donde tenemos la ansiedad tan alta, pero la cosa importante de esta tarjeta lo que dice es que no hay ningún sitio como en casa, pero en casa es tu cuerpo, tú tienes que protegerte a ti mismo. Tu amor es tuyo primero de ser de alguien más. Tu cuerpo es tuyo primero de ser de alguien más. Y antes de tratar tu cuerpo mal, tienes que centrarte en ti mismo. And by centering, you meditate. Te puedes sentar y hacer un poquito de respiración y práctica de meditación. Así puedes llegar a conectarte con tu cuerpo. The Oracle message. Home feels safe and secure. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known that you can call your own. And then the prosperity message. Okay, so básicamente, esta tarjeta quiere decir que tienes que conectarte a ti mismo y a ti misma. This is a card that allows us to understand that if this is a good time, if you're not doing anything else, and if you are not inspired to do anything else, your number one biggest goal right now, your biggest goal right now is to connect to yourself and to be able to save yourself. La inspiración, la pasión, el amor, your love, your passion, your compassion, your connection to self, your connection to the universe, your connection to being, anything at all comes from within. And if you're scattered brain and high stress and panic mode and reactive, you're not going to get shit done except completely collapse and cause yourself to get even more sick. Si estás siempre en modo de siempre actuar, en mover y de reaccionar y de... Tú no vas a poder centrarte bastante para poder hacer nada. When you're feeling it in your body that you've sat down on your couch for too much, pause your show, get up, walk around, sit down, breathe for 5 minutes. We just did a 5-minute breathing exercise today that really just brought you simple, plain, grounding peace. Cuando estás sentada demasiado tiempo, durante este tiempo que estás mirando televisión, estás aburrida, escucha a tu cuerpo. Escúchalo. el cuerpo tuyo quiere que pares, que apagues la televisión, que pongas la novela que estás leyendo o el libro que estás leyendo y quiere que te muevas. So get up, walk around, meditate, respira. Te lo suplico que en este tiempo tan difícil tomes el tiempo que te hace falta para poder calmarte y respirar. You have one body, one mind and one soul, one heart. You have to take care of it and you have to nurture it, especially in times of high stress. And you have to teach it to know how to cope with stressful situations. Y ya está. Voy a ver si me hago maestra por una hora o 4. So that's it. Today's card was no place like home, and your body is your home, and your breath is your home as well. Your breath is your home. So there's no place like home. There is no place like home. I'm going to try to save this video on YouTube. Like I said before, there's other videos that I've been saving on YouTube from all the live meditation and chats that we've had in the past couple of weeks. I know it's a fucked up time that we live in right now. Es un tiempo inmenso, impresionante y nos da dolor a la barriga. But we need to find the time to cleanse ourselves and to find a place of home, which is inside us. So this video is going to be on here for 24 hours. I'm going to try to see if I can save it and post it on YouTube. Please, 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 please take some time to breathe today. 5 minutes is all you really need. Bathroom breaks, you know, you could take fake bathroom breaks. I sometimes take fake bathroom breaks. Notice your body. If you accomplish one thing, you don't have to accomplish anything, is mastering finding peace within yourself. I love you guys. Los quiero. It's bedtime for me.